here, and I'm back for another dietitian talk. And I actually wanted to kind of continue a little bit on my last dietitian talk video where I discussed binge eating and social media and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciated everyone's response to that video. I was actually really amazed at the amount of people that shared their stories and talked about their struggles and their experiences, because I know it impacts a lot of people out there, and several of you did talk about how you suffered with issues with binge eating and even other eating disorders. So I really thank you guys for sharing your stories, because I think it does help other people out. With that said, so I did want to kind of piggyback off that video a little bit and talk a little bit more about dieting and post-competition dieting and some of the struggles girls have or guys have. And the concept I wanted to introduce to you today, maybe some of you have heard of it, maybe you haven't, called intuitive eating. And that's actually a concept that I learned going through school. I'm not sure if every college teaches it, but this was a basic principle that was taught in my nutrition counseling class, and it was basically the style I learned becoming a registered dietitian and kind of developing my own philosophies for how to teach people and work with people. And it's something I truly believe in, and I think it fits very well with the fitness world and competitors or life post-competition, and I think it's a fairly simple concept, and it's something that most people have really gotten away from. If you think about it, when a baby's born, babies are very intuitive eaters. You know, we talk about this all the time. A baby is going to cry and let the mother know when it's hungry, and the baby is going to spit out the bottle when its stomach is good and it's satiated. And it's a very amazing thing that we have that ability at such a small age. Our body, we know what we want. And as time goes on and we get older and other things happen, we somewhat lose the ability to be in tune with our bodies and our hunger and our satiety. And it does sound like very simple concepts, but based on the society we live in today, there's so many other things that influence it that I think most people could probably sit here now and say they've lost sight of eating for hunger and stopping when they're full. So I always relate it back to thinking about a baby and thinking about how they eat, when they stop eating, and to try to work with people to get back to those basic principles. And I think it's very, very hard for competitors and even myself, because if you think about it, a lot of us who have competed, and maybe not everyone, have been placed on some type of diet. You know, you've been given your meal plan. And I know I was someone that did meal plans for a very long time, and I think several of you out there, if you've competed, can probably relate to that. Having your coach, here you go, here's your meal plan, here's meal 1 through 5, this is what you eat, this is the exact food, and this is the amount. So that totally goes against being an intuitive eater by all means. You're eating what someone tells you to eat, and following those every 2 to 3 hours you eat, and that's the meals you eat. And really, just as an aside, anyone out there can claim that they are a nutrition coach, that they are a nutritionist, and sell you a 800-calorie meal plan that's going to get you to lose weight for your competition or for your fitness goals. So just as an aside, please be very careful with who you choose to work with in terms of coaches, because that shit's going to mess you up in the head post-competition. Maybe not everyone, but man, does it mess a lot of people up to be on diets like that. Definitely messed me up, and I've had the education and started in school at 17 years old for nutrition, and it still messed with my head. So I caution you to be careful with those types of meal plans. Even if you are a competitor and you want to be on that Olympia stage one day and you want to turn pro, and to be the best you have to work the hardest and go the extreme. I don't think it's necessary to go that extreme to damage your body. I think there's other ways that you can fuel your body and still get really good results and still compete or still just live a healthy lifestyle. So I think intuitive eating is one place I would recommend folks to kind of increase your knowledge of. And if you guys prefer and want me to share more information about this topic, because it is a book. There's actually a couple books out there. This video could go very, very long, but if you would like me to do future videos on intuitive eating, I certainly can. I did post the book on the monitor behind me. It was written by 2 dietitians. It's called Intuitive Eating, a Revolutionary Program That Works. This is a great book, especially going into the new year. If some of you are trying to kind of reinstill that fire in your belly to, get on the right start. There's so many diet books out there, so many meal plans, so many diets. This is the one book of ideas that I encourage you to read and empower yourself with. One of the biggest themes that these ladies teach is actually a non-diet approach. And I'm a huge proponent of that, and it's one of my biggest struggles as a registered dietitian when I work with clients. Because so many times, if I'm working with people like yourself or people who are really into fitness and working out, everyone's been on a diet before. Everyone has. I've been on a diet. Everyone's done it before, and I think it's really hard to change the psyche of people to not be on a diet and to throw that terminology and labeling away and try to go back to just being an intuitive eater. It requires a lot of work on your part, though. I can't do it for you, and I think sometimes people think, with working with a dietitian, they want me to hand them a meal plan. Tell me exactly what to do and I'll do it. Well, it's not that easy. If you want to change your lifestyle, I will give you the tools, I'll give you the support, I'll give you the encouragement, I'll increase your knowledge. We'll brainstorm ideas together that are going to best meet your lifestyle, but I'm not going to hand you a cookie cutter approach telling you meal 1 through 5 what to eat and that's going to get you the results you want. It doesn't work like that. There's a reason why there's registered dietitians. We do way more than helping people lose weight, so that's a whole other idea, but it's very individualized and people have to do the work, and that's what being an intuitive eater involves. It involves you being accountable. It involves you feeling confident that you can make good choices and say no in situations where you're not hungry and you're not going to eat something someone's offering you. And it's a very empowering mindset to have, to be an intuitive eater. It's not easy though, because like I said, in society nowadays, we're not really well equipped to be intuitive eaters. There's so many reasons we eat other than hunger, and so many other influences out there that can kind of take us away from that mindset. So yeah, even for me, like for right now, I do If It Fits Your Macros, and I have set numbers that I hit every day. It's not really being an intuitive eater on my part. Fortunately, right now with where I'm at, I'm not like cutting or anything like that yet, so my macros are high enough that I do try to still be an intuitive eater. If I wake up in the morning like I did today and I was super hungry, I'm gonna eat. And you know what I do? I eat first, then I put it in my Fitness Pal. I don't let the numbers dictate what I'm gonna eat. I truly try to eat what I feel like I need to, and then I put it in my Fitness Pal, and then I make it work. It's still not being an intuitive eater, but I try to do the best I can with it right now, just because I am trying to make some changes. And I have nothing wrong with tracking. Obviously, I do it right now. Tracking has been shown, logging your food, using those apps, has been shown to very much so help people with weight loss. There's studies that support it. There is research that backs it up. What I do caution though, especially in the fitness industry, is to not do it for the rest of your life. You shouldn't have to track your food every single day until the day you die. I think that's not living your life. So I think it can be a great tool to help you to figure out where you need to be. And then it's good to take time off from tracking and try to be more in tune and see how it goes. And then if you're feeling like things aren't going well, or you're gaining weight, or you're not feeling great about where you are, track for a couple days and see, how you're doing. But I encourage you to try to eat, make those decisions, and then track it at the end of the day and see where you are, because that allows you to be more of an intuitive eater. I don't want to give off the wrong impression that if it fits your macros or flexible dieting is bad, because like I said, I do it, and by all means, I think it's been very helpful, especially as I mentioned in the last a lot of people claim they have issues with binging post-show, post-competition. You go from being on this 800 calorie meal 1 through 5 meal plan, and all of a sudden you don't have to do it anymore, and people are lost. People have totally lost the ability to know when to eat, how much to eat, what are even healthy options. I remember I got so screwed up in the head when I first started clean eating or whatever, and fruit was bad. Fruit was off limits. I wasn't supposed to eat fruit. Fruit's too high in sugar. And in my head, I'm knowledgeable, and I'm like, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. But I was getting the results. I was losing weight. I felt lean. Oh my God, maybe fruit is the enemy. So if I was going to cheat on my diet or meal plan, you know, instead of just having fruit, I would think about it like, oh, I could really go for some fresh pineapple or an apple right now. I'd be like, well, that's not really a good use of my cheat. I'm just gonna go eat like 3 donuts and, you know, whatever other shit I can find, because if an apple's a cheat, then I'm just gonna eat something really bad and make it really worth it. You know, which sounds so stupid, especially coming from a dietitian, but I'm gonna be real with you. That's where my mind went, and I know it's common to feel that way. You know, it's that all or nothing diet mentality. So, like I said, it's so screwed up what these competitions can do to us, what these meal plans, what these diets can do to us. And yes, any diet that puts you on a calorie restriction, it's going to produce results. You're in a calorie restriction, you're in a deficit, you're going to lose weight. Okay, so it's so hard for people once they go on these set diets that tell them this is yes and that's no and that's how it is. People just lose total ability to even know what's healthy and what's not. I just saw someone post the other day on Facebook something they thought was a fabulous article, how it said, don't ever eat breakfast cereal. Yep, here you go for all you people that think breakfast cereal is horrible. That is such a generalized, ridiculous, undereducated statement. How can you generalize all breakfast cereal as one is unhealthy for you? And then I went on to read the article, and it talked about like Cocoa Puffs and other high sugar cereals. Well, there's a difference between that and eating things like oatmeal and bran flakes and other cereals that truly are made with whole grains and are low in sugar. That's just a little tangent for you. But anyways, in general, I think the flexible dieting, if it fits your macros, that is great for some people to kind of help keep them in line to prevent from binging. And if that's what helps you and saves you post-competition, I think that's great. What I want to encourage you all to do, though, is try to get your mind away from needing to be on a diet or to even have to label what your eating choices and your lifestyle is about. Intuitive eating encompasses not only eating and being mindful of your eating, when you stop eating, when you start eating, it also challenges you to respect your body and to fuel your body with things that your body's going to thank you for. It also involves exercising, and exercising for reasons other than I'm going to go burn a bunch of calories. It encourages you to exercise to build your muscles and build your heart and to feel strong. And it just really encompasses a lot of good principles that are basic knowledge that I think we really get away from, and I think the fitness industry fucks with our heads, so we just don't even think about simple stuff like that anymore. So I think I'll end this video there. I could probably ramble on quite a bit about this topic, so like I said, please pick up that book if you're looking for a good read, if you're looking for something to motivate you and kind of help wrap your brain around some better thoughts, more positive thoughts on how to eat and how to feel good about yourself. I think this book is very valuable. And like I said, if you want, please comment below and let me know if you'd be interested in more topics or for me to expand on some of the principles within the book. I can certainly do that as well. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I sure do feel good. I vented for a little bit here. Please share it with others who you think will find this beneficial and helpful. And keep checking back for more videos. Please comment below on other ideas and topics you would like me to discuss, and I'll be back for more dietitian talk. And after much back and forth, we ended up going with Pizza Hut.
It was supposed to be Chinese food, originally.
and they weren't open, which was weird because it was like 3 o'clock when we checked. But we went with Pizza Hut and each just ended up getting our own personal pan pizza. This is the Veggie Lovers, and